Kelsey at the movies! Scary edition!
We went and saw the movie Ready or Not, and this is a movie that is in the horror genre. And the basic setup for the movie is that there is a uber rich family, super rich.
Which makes them evil.
No. Super rich, and they have a ritual. Well, it seems that maybe they have many rituals, but one of them is when a person gets added to the family, and I guess this is through marriage. I don't know if it counts babies. When somebody marries into the family, the day of the wedding, at midnight, they have to play a game. And you know from the previews that the game that the lead character chooses is hide and seek, and that it involves her being seeked.
Yeah, basically it's hide and seek, except everybody's
they
trying to kill her.
They look for her and they're trying to kill her. So it's not just like, haha, I found you. It's like, I found you and now you're dead. Yeah. So that's the setup for the movie. Kelsey, go, wait, or skip.
Go see this movie. I was really excited to see this movie because the trailer was so good. But I didn't expect that it would be such a well-made movie. The writing in it I thought was really good. I think the story was good. It was a little bit predictable for me in that, I was like, well, I see kind of how the end will play out based on the title. I tied it back to the title of the movie. Anyway, but regardless of that, it was really awesome from start to finish. The movie was really exceptionally made, and it was a fun night, a good fun night at the movies with a ridiculous story that's just fun to see on the screen.
I'm going to say wait to see this movie. I did think that it was a really well-made movie. That said, I didn't come away from the movie with anything that makes me want to see it again or really give it any deep thought, or further thought, despite it being well-made and kind of was fun, the way the game, unfolded, and seeing the different characters. So you had all the different family members, and then you have this one person who is very brand new to the family. It was interesting to see the different characters and how they were in the movie, and I can't say much else without giving stuff away, so spoilers!
Spoilers!
It was interesting to see all the different family members because here's what it was. Here's the thing. At some point in their family history, the great-grandfather had met a man and got this box and somehow had made some kind of deal with this man. And so they are head of some huge board game, card game empire, and they're super rich. But they have to keep, they have to go through this ritual, and if a new person's added to the family, they have to draw a card. And apparently, if you draw checkers or chess or something, it's all just fun and games. But if you draw hide and seek, it's the only one where somebody dies.
Yeah, what happens is the person has to hide, the other people have to find them, perform some kind of ritual sacrifice before the sun comes up the next day.
Yeah,
so it's
they will die. And so
everybody in the family will die.
Yeah. They think that this really will happen, so they don't want to die, so they're like, well, this just has to be done. And so it was interesting to see the different family members because obviously they were willing to kill somebody else in order to stay alive. And usually, I don't know, to me that's not an admirable trait to have.
Well, it's not just that they wanted to stay alive. They wanted to stay alive, and they wanted to have their vast fortune and their empire, which was, in the movie, the reason they had all this is because they made the deal with this entity,
LaBelle.
this person who is obviously very satanic, and they use that power to have their success.
So you had some characters that really struggled with this. You had some characters who were like, I am all in on this. I like being rich. I'm willing to kill somebody to be rich. I'm never going to be poor again. The father was crazy. The mother was... it was really interesting to see how that all played out with all the different characters in the movie.
What a fun, edgy, interesting movie that I thought was just from start to finish. I just really enjoyed watching it. I don't think that I'll be watching it again anytime soon, but I didn't expect to have this much enjoyment out of this premise, and I thought that it was just really well made. I was never bored in the movie, and even though I kind of could see where it was going to the end, I wasn't disappointed in it. I thought, yeah, that's great. That's a great story, And I thought maybe, I mean, I'm a writer, so maybe I could see where they were going.
Yeah,
where
Kelsey
they had
could
to go
see more
with
where
the
it was
writing.
going because in the beginning of the movie,
Did you see where it was going?
No.
Okay.
The groom, at one point, like, once she knows what's going on, she's like, well, why did you do this? Like, why am I here? And he's like, well, if I didn't ask you to marry me, you would have left me. And if I told you this before, you would have left me. And in my head, I was like, gosh, what kind of person are you? Like, you just don't get to be with somebody because your family made this pact. Like, with,
I would,
like, I don't know. It was like, sorry, like, you know, I was like, well, that's a shitty thing to do, right?
I would
like,
urge you not to make any pacts with the devil for any reason whatsoever. Because it's
I'm going to
totally
say
not
you
worth
don't
it.
know that this is the devil until the very end of the movie when they begin to perform the ritual and then they say, Hail Satan.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, like, if you're completely secular and you don't think about God ever in your life, this might not come up for you. But at the end, it was surprising to me, and I am Christian, where I was like, oh, why are you guys, who in the world, like, says Hail Satan and thinks that's, like, a good thing to do? Like, this is like, yeah. So, like, basically, either all of you die if you don't do this ritual, or if you do this ritual, you just killed somebody else. So, kill, both, either or, people die. Seems like not a good deal.
Yeah.
The way I was going to say real quick about the groom was like, so in the beginning, I was like, well, that's a really crappy, like, you're not very virtuous. But then it all came together in the end, when at the end, he can't stand up to his family, and he takes her, and he's like, no, everybody's going to die, and I don't want to die, so you're going to die instead. And so this is his bride, and, you know.
Well, I think that to go back to the writing was good. They did, with the writing of the movie, give him an excuse to do that, because he walks in, and, like, all he sees is his mother's dead, his
bride had just killed
her brother died, and he didn't really know what happened there. So it kind of I thought it was really well done.
Okay.
And even though I kind of knew the ultimate end of the story, there was a lot of surprises in the movie and just fun, good entertainment at the movies.
Like you said, the end was just kind of like, by the end of this woman, beautiful bride, at the end, she's just all covered in muck.
Yeah, what a great line at the end, too. Like, it was perfect. I thought it was perfectly written.
And she sits there and she smokes a cigarette and she's just like,
Yeah. What a great, and it was, like, the writers were great. I thought the cast was really great. Like, everybody in the movie played a great role.
Yeah, it was really, Andie MacDowell was in it, and that was really,
pacing of the story was great. So I don't understand, Rachel, how you can tell people not to go see this movie. This is the kind of movie I want to see.
Like,
it's fun.
It was fun, but, like, I also know, like, it's in the horror genre. It might be a little gory for some people. I don't think it was necessarily, like, efficacious in any way. Like, it was,
Yeah, it was efficacious. Don't make deals with the devil, dummies. There's your lesson.
Here's my big critique with the movie. What do you call that? She's the main character? Protagonist, or no?
Mm-hmm.
Hero? Heroine?
Either of those will work.
Okay. I didn't think she had enough depth to, like, her character. I thought she was kind of just there to play, like, oh, I'm the, like, new bride who's nervous to meet this really rich family because I don't come from a background like this and it's new to me. And that was it. So you had this other family who, like, they were really kind of insane. I mean, think of all the years they had been performing rituals, and apparently they perform rituals with goats and things. So they've been making this pact with the devil and re-upping on it, whatever you want to call it. I just felt like with her, she did a lot of running, and then I just didn't feel like we got to know her. Like, what made her, like, different from everybody else?
I think about it in these types of movies, that's at least partially by design, because your main character, you want people to be able to, basically, when they see the person on the screen, you want the person watching the movie to feel like, oh, well, what if I was in this situation? And by giving somebody, not making them a strong character, it's a blank slate to which they can place any of their personal values or whatever onto that canvas.
Okay. Well, that's a good point. To me, if that character, there could have just maybe been some more depth or something, especially when by the end you realize that it's a satanic ritual and that they're worshiping Satan. That's kind of a big deal, and you could have said, like, maybe a little more about that, although, like, I feel like secular world sometimes, I don't want to make comments on that, but this is now the second movie that I've seen in, like, a year or so that has been about Satan, about satanic worship, and I find that very surprising. If secular people who like don't believe in God, in turn, you also don't believe in Satan, and so it's kind of a surprising thing to me. And to have a movie about Satan and then like God not be mentioned at all, like it's also interesting to me. So,
all right, well,
all right,
there you go, Rachel. You know, we appreciate you watching our show.
yeah.
So why don't you keep doing that? Why don't you just keep doing that?
And like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're watching this on Facebook, because we do a direct upload there, I always put the subscribe link right there in the description, like right there. Just click that and click subscribe for us.
And just like
and then you go back to watch on Facebook whenever you want.
Yeah, because basically, if you watch it on Facebook but don't like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, you're dead to me.
We went and saw the movie Ready or Not, starring Margot Robbie. And
is that Margot Robbie? I don't think it's Margot Robbie.
It is Margot Robbie.
No.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. That's Margot Robbie. You're gonna look it up.
I'm pretty sure it's not. Is why? Because I thought it was too. You would rather me to look, right? You're absolutely. You looked at it, physically saw it. No, her name is Samara Weaving.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I thought so too, but then I saw that.
Looks like exactly like Margot Robbie. All right, let's just start over.
But I already did the scary edition. Okay.
That's okay. Okay, fine.